First, Wii U arrives in US stores in another 66 days. And I won't ask you to do the math. That makes launch day here in America, Sunday, November 18th.
Ahoy hoy YouTube, my name is Brandon, and let's get right into this one. Wii U. The press conference ended a couple hours ago, and we learned the Wii U comes out November 18th, 2012 in America, November 30th for Europe, and December 8th for Japan. Now, my views on Nintendo have always been a bit controversial, but hey, Nintendo fanboys gonna hate. Let's talk about pricing.
The basic set will carry a manufacturer-suggested retail price of $299.99. And for the deluxe set, it's $349.99.
By the way, if you're wondering, deluxe wording is actually a callback to the NES days. Pretty cool. Back on topic. Is $300 and $350 for a Nintendo console too much? Now remember, the Wii launched at $250 American, and it broke records because it sold so much in the first few weeks. The difference now is $50 and $100. I think people can describe this price as mediocre. I don't think people are outraged, but I don't think anyone should claim it's cheap. But what I'm more concerned about is the value of the Wii. The value of the Wii alone sold it to record-breaking console sales. This is a true story, by the way. My 45-year-old-ish female business teacher back in high school bought a Wii because she saw it on Oprah Winfrey. She thought it'd be a good workout and it looked fun to her. That's intangible buzz and value. Buying a Wii because of cardio, it's now the pricing the console on your health that makes it worth it to you. But where's the value for the Wii U? What's going to be that value that draws in the casual female gamer or the old man into gaming? Well, in this case, I think Nintendo's making a huge mistake. Only the $350 version of the Wii U has a game. And that game? Nintendo Land? Okay, I get that there are some Nintendo Land fans, and that's fine, that's perfectly fine. But I think a lot of people are underestimating the value of a game in a bundle. Think about it like this. What differed the Wii to make it the juggernaut we know it to be? It was motion controls, a newer method of gaming. As Nintendo claims, when you saw the Wii, you understood it. It was simple.
When the Wii first arrived, it took Wii Sports Tennis to explain the underlying appeal. When you played it, for the first time, you got it. For Wii U, Nintendo Land does the same thing. Play it, and you begin to understand. With it, the integrated second screen takes on fuller meaning.
Let me explain Wii Sports as someone who's never played it before. It's sports with motion controls, and you can play it with friends. What about Nintendo Land? It's an amusement park for Nintendo fans. Lots of mini-games and callbacks to those who love Nintendo characters. Play with your gamepad, where you can shoot like Shamus, jump like Mario, and etc. There's a stark difference between those descriptions. One uses common knowledge, sports, and applies it with simplicity, motion controls. The other requires you to have a knowledge and a background with Nintendo characters. It's kind of like packing Super Smash Bros. With the Wii U. Yes, it would sell to the hardcore, but it won't appeal to the casual gamer. Is that same woman in the story I mentioned earlier going to buy a $350 console for Nintendo Land? The answer is going to be no for the most part, because she doesn't have that intimate background knowledge to make Nintendo Land worth it for her, whereas Wii Sports seemed like a fun workout. Nintendo Land seems more directed to the Nintendo faithful, and that's what I mean in terms of value. The Wii offered an intangible, a must-have quality to the casuals. Let's go further into the main issue. Who is the Wii U targeting? What untapped market are they hitting? As I mentioned before, the Wii was for everyone. It was simple, it got the casuals, older people, women, they were all buying a Wii. They weren't going to buy Gears of War on the 360 or Uncharted on the PS3, but they bought a Wii, just generally speaking, of course. Are they appealing to a market that doesn't have a tablet or a mobile phone? Is it the market that doesn't own a laptop or a desktop? What service are they offering that differs them from established devices?
And we're pleased to announce Nintendo TV. And after me and Wii, you probably could have guessed how we'd spell it.
I think as we've seen today, Nintendo TV is bringing together how you watch and what you watch into this one seamless second screen experience. And in the process, the point is to make it simple, again, to watch TV and also have some more fun as well.
But to put it in perspective, it's a $300 solution to a $20 problem. Is anyone really going to upgrade from a Wii to a Wii U just to simplify your living room? Consider my TV remote can do the basics of these offerings at a much lower price. My iPhone or a tablet device can do many of the same things such as control my TV, get reviews, find additional contact, statistics, etc. Nintendo is making a good gamble with convenience, but I suspect more people would rather have an iPad than a Wii U for the purposes of TV control and getting instant data. What differs a Wii U from an iPad is the gaming focus, and that's what we should talk about. But as I mentioned earlier, Nintendo Land may be appealing to some people, but it's not going to drive up a hardcore base. And to steal a line from Adam Sessler, why are we being shown a substance-free trailer of Bayonetta? Why can't we do the same thing for Zelda? As he argues, the hardcore crowd have only been given promises, and the casual crowd, they're already scared by $299, $350 for a Wii U. As a gamer, here's what I walked away from the conference with: the price, the date, and Bayonetta 2. Bayonetta is a pretty good game. It sold over 1 million copies, but it doesn't get the Nintendo base enthusiastic compared to, say, a Mario platformer, or give them even a Zelda. Show them something from Super Smash Bros. This was Nintendo's final shot at convincing the public. Now that we have the knowledge about the release date and pricing, they'll get tuned out until next year at E3. But let me just talk about the quote-unquote launch window. Grand Theft Auto, Metal Gear Rising, Last of Us, God of War, Devil May Cry, and Tomb Raider. Those are games that the Wii U will be competing against. Is anyone really looking to pick up a $300 console and a $50 game against a Grand Theft Auto on a PC, the 360, or PS3? Is anyone really considering a Wii U solely for Darksiders 2, Batman Arkham City, Mass Effect 3, and Assassin's Creed? Those are already games out on established consoles as well. Now mind you, New Super Mario Bros., Ninja Gaiden, and Monster Hunter will destroy Japan. But Nintendo's claim that this is the strongest launch lineup in Nintendo's history is a joke. I mean, really? Even Zombie U might end up on a 360 PS3. To conclude, I say this on a lot of videos, but I want gaming to succeed. I think Nintendo's making a few mistakes here with their bundles and overall messaging. I think maybe if they found a casual game that appealed to a broader demographic, like Wii Fit U, and made that their standard game, that would get them so much publicity and would work for them. Instead, Nintendo Land, much more limited. And you already know my problems with the messaging and launch window. I don't think their messaging is too clear, and I think their launch lineup is particularly weak. In your comments below, do you think the Wii U will outsell the Wii? I asked this a few months ago, but I'm curious to see if the opinions have changed. As always, you're watching TYT Gaming, hosted by Brandon.